Modern culture treats the end of a major chapter as a final destination. We mark these moments with brief ceremonies, a retirement party that lasts an afternoon, a survivor ringing a bell in a hospital corridor, or a veteran removing their uniform for the last time. These celebrations frame the moment as a completed victory. But once the guests leave and the noise stops, the individual is often left in a sudden, isolated silence. In that silence, a disorienting question begins to take hold. Who am I now? Our institutions are built to handle the logistics. They prepare us financially, medically, and legally for an ending, yet they offer almost no preparation for the personal reality of what it feels like to actually inhabit the after. This struggle persists because it isn't caused by the loss of a salary or a daily schedule. It is caused by the loss of an identity. For thousands of years, human cultures recognized this danger. They used shared rites of passage, communal experiences led by those who had already crossed the threshold, to guide people from one version of themselves to the next. Today, those shared rituals have largely vanished. We have high-speed systems for professional success, but we have abandoned the social infrastructure required to help people navigate what comes after that success. The sense of aimlessness that follows a career or a crisis isn't a personal flaw. It's the result of crossing a profound life threshold without a map or a community to receive you on the other side. Second Season was created to serve as that missing infrastructure, a modern rite of passage for life's major transitions. The program operates independently of the traditional frameworks of therapy, coaching, or religion. It focuses strictly on the human mechanics of crossing from an old chapter into a new one. The process begins by changing the inquiry. Instead of asking, "What's wrong?" participants engage with a more expansive question, "What happened?" That question starts a 4-stage journey. Remember where they've been, release the role they're leaving, restore their community, and renew their direction. By viewing a transition as a structured path rather than a private crisis, a person can move forward with their dignity intact and a clear understanding of the terrain. We are often told that finding a new purpose requires looking deep inside ourselves to discover what we want from life. Second Season flips that focus. Purpose isn't found through self-examination, but by looking outward and asking what life asks of us. The shift happens when a person takes their accumulated wisdom, successes, and difficult failures, transforming them into gifts for others. This commitment to service is the mechanism that ends isolation. It provides a new role within a community and gives previous suffering a tangible, useful meaning. Purpose is rarely something you find by searching for it. It is something you generate through the act of being of service. At the conclusion of this journey, participants receive a physical anchor, a simple, heavy coin. Its outer rings are engraved with the 4 stages of the journey: remember, release, restore, renew, and the 4 virtues of courage, truth, hope, and service. But the center of the coin is a polished, empty circle. There is no logo and no prescribed identity. That blank space serves as a reminder that the organization does not define the individual. Over years of use, the owner's own touch wears down that center, quietly recording a story that only they can tell. Receiving the coin doesn't signify that the transition is over. The journey only reaches its true completion when that person turns back to become the guide for someone else entering their own second season. This creates a cycle where an ending is simply the point where a person transitions into a role of stewardship. A retiree becomes a teacher of their craft. A survivor becomes a guide for the newly diagnosed, and a veteran becomes a mentor for the next generation. Every life contains more than one season. The question is not whether another one will come, but whether you will be prepared to enter it.